Welcome back to the Burf Show. Today, we're going to talk about the power of money, and I have a guest here with me, Jenny Dowd.
Hi. So, I wanted to talk about the power of money because I feel as if a lot of people kind of take that for granted. Especially in the day and age that we're in now, a lot of people feel as if you don't got money, you don't hold value, and that's a lie. Especially when it comes down to relationships, when it comes down to finding a good partner, or again, seeing the value in somebody, feel as if a dollar makes their value, and that's not true. So I want to just start off with a question from my lovely friend here, Burf, and just ask, Burf talks to a lot of women. I'm joking. No, he don't. I'm joking with y'all. Burf is a very faithful man to the Lord. So Burf, do you feel as if women treat you differently when they know you have money compared to when they don't know that you have money?
I feel like they do.
You're a very private person with your money.
Yeah, I'm like nowadays, cause what I post on the gram and I guess an aura about me shows that I have money, but I treat I don't throw money at women. I'm not using my money to pick up women. I'm not a show-offy person. I don't have a lot of materialistic things.
And do you feel like if you was to show off your money, do you feel like you would get more women or a different type of audience because of that?
Yeah, I would get more women if I showed off my money, and I would get a different audience. But that audience is not what I want in a woman. I don't want a woman that wants me for my money. One of the main things I want is a woman that would be with me whether I'm broke or whether I'm rich. So I don't want a woman who looks at me like a money sign, or looks at me like a check.
Right. Okay, so I know why it's important as me as a female or any female to have her own money, but for a male's perspective, why is it important for a woman to have her own money?
Because you don't want to rely on a guy for anything.
Right.
And nowadays, guys, that's their main thing about them. They have money. That's how they try to get women. If you have your own money, you won't have that one that's not going to attract you, and no guy can hold anything over you.
Right.
So you're being independent is very I feel like that's the most attractive thing or quality a woman can have, being attractive.
Ladies, very important to have your own dollar.
Definitely.
You do not want anybody to feel as if they have any control over you. A lot of times, even some men do not have money and pretend that they do. You know,
most of them.
Majority of them. The ones that are more flashy just know that there's more financial issues that they're trying to cover up. You know,
definitely.
And it's important to see those signs. Just because they show it off, and you might be like, oh, he got mad money. Let me ask him for $40 or for a Birkin bag or whatever. First of all, just to kind of go off on a little tangent from that, if you cannot afford something yourself, this is not just for women, this is for men too.
Yeah.
If you cannot afford something yourself, do not ask anybody for it, all right? Because you couldn't even get it for yourself. And that's the importance of money. If you cannot afford it, that means it's not in your budget. That's one. And if it's not in your budget and that's something that you want, you have to work for that. Do not depend on others for something that you want, because again, they have a hold on you.
Yeah, you don't want anybody having control over you.
Right. And money holds a lot of power. And this is what we're trying to get into right now. We're going to tackle all these things so that by the time this video is over, you guys feel as if y'all could just make y'all money. Y'all feel proud. Y'all don't need nobody. Y'all strong, independent. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get into it. Burf, go ahead.
So, how do you feel like your relationship with friends change as you make more money?
So personally, for me, because I've always worked since I was a young girl, and a lot of my friends, I wouldn't say, okay, I've had some times where my friends would ask me for money and it wasn't a problem. I don't mind giving money to my friends, not a problem. But I prefer my friends to be go-getters. I have some, I'm not going to call all them, but some of them are lazy. So they don't really do much for themselves. But I see, what that does. It brings sadness to them because they can't get what they want, And I can't provide it for them because after a while, it's you can help somebody. But after a while, you're damn, this motherfucker never got money, like. But it makes you view people, like, you know, like, to be very honest, it makes you view people a little differently. You know, you view them as if like they're needy and they're dependent because they can't hold their own. You know, so
and there's nothing like there's nothing wrong with like not being fully independent, but when you're always dependent on a friend, not even a family member, but when you're always asking your friend for something, it gets like it creates like something in the relationship that makes it unpleasant.
Right. And especially if you cannot I feel as if sometimes when people want things, it's just, again, it's a want, it's not a need. And your wants usually come very quick. It's like you need it right away, and it's just like, well, it's always gonna be there, you know. And you have to be patient with your money, and being patient is very important. Like, birth does stop, but it's very important to also, if your parents are financially good, it's always important to ask them, like, well, if birth
like my mom, she's not as like cavalier with her money with investing as I am. Like, I'll throw whatever if I think I'm gonna make money. My mom is gonna do little bits and pieces, and she told me, like, when I was growing up, like when I was little, my dad used to do like stocks and stuff too, but I mostly learned how to do the stocks on my own. And from doing that and making a lot of money, like, be honest with you, my mom doesn't treat me like I'm her son no more. She treat me like an equal. And I mean, she still do little stuff, cook for me and all that stuff, you feel me? But other than that, like, she treats me more as an equal, and that's, I would think it's because of the money that I'm making. Like, she doesn't treat me as a kid anymore. My brother as well. Last year around this time, I was little bro. Now, I would say big bro, but probably more equal. You feel me? So I would say that money, it allows people to treat you differently.
Yeah, it gives you like a status in a sense. Yeah. Especially when you know how to manage it correctly. And this is why we're talking about power of money, because money gives you a different look.
And we're not saying it's right that, since you have more money you're better than someone else.
Right. No,
it's just the reality of what life is.
Also, when we talk about parents, like, if your parents could treat you differently and treat you like more like an adult and look at you like an adult because you have money, can you imagine in your relationships when you have money, like, your partners are looking at you like you're responsible, you could do your things, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And this is why it's important, because say as if, for example, if me and Burf is together and I'm always asking Burf, like, yo, Burf, baby, like, can I have this and can I do this? It's like, he's no longer my boyfriend. He's more like my father, you know?
And that's how a lot of relationships are.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
And it becomes a norm. It's just like, oh, my man's supposed to get it for me, or my bitch is, sorry. My woman is supposed to do this and do that, and it's like, no, like, that's not how it goes, y'all. Like,
y'all gotta get like your own situation straight before you could. I feel like you have to. Your situation has to be straight before you get into a relationship, because if your situation is not good, then you just kind of bringing somebody else down because you're being a responsibility rather than a partner.
You're a burden at that point, you know. I mean, Burf could shed more light because he does it. Like, what exactly could people do so that they don't make common mistakes?
So, a famous like saying is like, if you can't manage $100, you can't manage $1,000. If you can't manage 1,000, you can't manage 10,000. So there's a lot of people wishing they were rich, but like, if you can't manage the situation that you're in right now, you're not going to be able to manage the situation you're in when you're rich. So, and I feel like a lot of that influence, a lot of that wanting to be rich is through social media. They see people flying here and there. They see people with this name brand. They see people with all these flashy stuff. No, not knowing that they're in a financial crisis of their own. They probably did something illegal for that. They're probably spending their last dime to get something flashy. Meanwhile, they're behind on rent or credit card is unpaid. Like, you have to focus on your own situation and make the best of that to get what you want. You don't want to focus on somebody else's not knowing the situation that they're in.
And you see, the thing also about social media is that they show you the shallow part of things, you know, and we tend to look at the shallow parts. Like, for example, Lil Baby, you know, all we look at is, oh, he bought Jada like this new car, like he flew her out here, but nobody thinks about how Lil Baby is like, he's very financially smart with his money, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no, you good. He's not looking. He's not just buying all this with nothing, like without money coming in.
Yeah.
Like I saw a quote, or I seen a video where Conor McGregor, he was like, I have an unhealthy addiction with spending money, but he also has a healthy addiction with making money. So if you can make the money, then you can spend the money. But if you're spending it and you're not getting the same income back, that's when it's a problem. That's when you get yourself in a financial crisis, getting caught up in social media and trying to live up to someone who you don't even know their financial situation.
And I'm telling you guys, like, the more uncomfortable it gets, the more progress is gonna happen, you know, because a lot of things, there's a lot of things out there. Like, the richest people had to go through very uncomfortable situations to get what they are. They had to be very frugal with their money, you know what I'm saying? And they also learned how to use other revenues of money that they have to pay for things that they have. Rich people don't spend their own money, you know what I'm saying? They use their investment to pay for their own investments, basically. And us as, you know, very common folks, we have to learn how to maneuver.
See the reward and don't see the journey that it took to get that reward.
Exactly.
Like, don't think this person has a Bentley and they just got it overnight, or there was no hardships to get it. Like,
it takes accountability too. Like, do not blame others for what's going on in your life. Take accountability for that, and that's where the power comes from. Because money, as quick as it comes, is as quick you could lose it. And when you lose it and you don't got it, it's a very sad feeling. Like,
it's tough.
Yeah, if you have ever been broke before or jobless, you know what it feels like. You know how, especially if you're a person who always are independent, you always do your thing, you know how awful it feels to ask people for things when you're not that type of person, you know? So this is why it's important, guys, to take the time for yourself to figure out what is it, how you want to make money, you know, find out strategies of how else you can make money, you know, and surround yourself with people that can educate you on how to make even more money. But yes, guys, power. Always have power of yourself over your life, beyond money, over yourself and over your life. Don't let anybody come and run you, you know. Like, you somebody clown. Nobody should run you, man.
You gotta be independent. Have your own. Have your own. When two people have their own, when y'all come together, it'll be beautiful.
Right. Start your business. Put $1 into some stocks. You know what I'm saying? Do something, because there's always money out there. It's like it's the easiest thing to make. Oh, and also what I was forgetting to say, the more that you crave it, and the more, all right, there's nothing wrong with craving money, but there's a problem when you crave it in a bad way. And to clarify,
like your motivation behind it, basically.
Yeah, like, don't want money for better. It doesn't have to be better for others. It can be better for yourself. You know, have a purpose with your money. Because when you have a purpose in what you're doing in your life, it pushes you and it gives you a drive. So when you like are about to give up, you'd be like, no, I wanted this. This is what my goal was and all that. It's always important to have a goal, because if you do not have a goal or you do not have a purpose, that's the easiest way to lose your money.
I feel like your motivation for what you're doing is the most important thing. A lot of people motivation for doing stuff is to show it off to other people. And that's like, I mean, if it works for you, I guess, but I feel like that's not a good motivation for making money or doing what you're doing.
And people don't care. People don't see you like, when you try to show off your money, people don't see you as a person. They see you as like a dollar sign. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh my God, like, he has money.
Yeah.
Like, no. People need to see you for who you are.
And then the money should be an afterthought.
Exactly. And if you're around somebody and, you know, you're making money and their thing is not to, if you feel like they're more of like, they're feeding off of you, then trying to understand and trying to learn from you, you need to cut those people off, you know, because they will eat your money up and they won't benefit from you. So, yeah, like.
I think that concludes the Burf Show.
Guys, it was nice meeting all of y'all.
Thank you. I'll see y'all next time.
Bye.